Season 2 of the Pat and JT podcast.
Oh man, I'm here at last. The first time, always gonna be the best. Come on!
Exclusively on the Parkville Network.
Well, all right.
402-403-9478. Thanks for all the texties and the DMs. It's Pat and JT pretty much everywhere.
Yeah. I tell you, this morning when I was driving, and it doesn't matter what day it was, it happens all the time. It happens to everybody. But somebody was in my rearview mirror, and I was just, you want to just tap the brakes sometimes. You know what I mean? But I don't want you to hit my car.
Yeah.
But
It's their fault if they do, though.
right? And she was literally, I'm going to show you what I saw.
Oh, yeah.
Her phone was
Texting.
eye level. Eye level.
Not even trying to hide
Not even
it?
tried to hide it. It was, the phone was up here, her hand, and it was like this. So her phone was right next to her hand that was on the steering wheel. She was holding it in her right hand, and she was
Like a young chick or a medium?
medium.
Okay.
And we rolled into a stoplight, and she was like right up in the bed of my truck. I mean, really close. And I looked back at her, and I'm sure she could see me in the rearview mirror.
Yeah. Were you glaring? Did you point? Did you wave? Did you
I gave her I gave her the
country wave with the middle?
eye.
Oh.
I gave her I'm like, really? I'm like,
Did she react to the eye? Because
She backed
it makes
off.
you feel okay. Well, then she probably saw you
but
do
she's
that.
still on her phone. It's like, I'm like, what are you doing? Are you like writing a novel? Can you just pull over, finish it?
Could you tell if she was texting or did she think she needed to have the phone up for navigation or something stupid?
It was like she was, I mean, you could tell she was doing like this. She was either scrolling or texting. I couldn't tell, but her thumb was on the screen, and she was holding it, and she was doing something, and I couldn't tell if she was scrolling or texting because obviously couldn't tell.
I would not be opposed to. I know you just had your previous vehicle fixed because of a deer, so you're not keen on getting body work. But if somebody's doing that to me, I'm all about pumping them.
She had a
let
nice
them hit
vehicle,
me.
but she had insurance.
Oh, I bet she would have been. I bet she would have been pissed. And it's like, well, hey, listen, chick, get off Insta.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it was.
Could have been scrolling.
Oh my God.
There are so many people that I would see on the interstate. In Omaha, I don't pay much attention to anything really, but especially when I'm driving around, I don't really look at people on their phones. Because more often than not, I'll see them on their phones.
You ride so low in your vehicle. I'm surprised you can see in anybody's vehicle.
I do ride low.
Your head is barely above the bottom.
Okay,
the top of the door.
Okay. Hold on. Junior high Pat. She's not making fun of you.
No, I'm just saying you ride low. It's like
Because my feet I have short legs. So if I'm up too high, then my feet are at such an angle where my knees hurt.
Think of that. I didn't even.
Well, yeah. What else?
I didn't know the seats went that low.
Yeah. Now, easy. I would love to be able to sit up higher, but if I do, then I
can get those
forward.
extenders, you know, for your pedals.
Yeah. That's all I need. Sophia and I went driving last night, and she is like right up on the steering wheel. Oh my gosh. I mean, I can't even get in. So maybe I'll try my different seat adjustments. You know,
it's okay. Whatever's comfortable for you.
Well, it's comfy.
That's all that matters.
It's comfy.
That's good. That's good. It's not like you're like laying way back and you're like being Mr.
Dirty.
Cool, riding dirty. Yeah. It's function. I mean, you have. It's not because you're doing it because it looks good or looks cool. You're doing
now
it
that I know I look
to.
like a
I didn't say anything. I didn't say that. I just said you ride low.
Everything you described. It leads me and anyone else that you're talking about to feel like they're an absolute tool. There's nothing. There is nothing.
You don't think there's nothing attractive about what I said?
No,
he rides low. He rides.
I didn't know the sea was. I can barely see your head over to where. But I'm not saying anything about it. I think it's totally fine. But you're all right. You look fine. I'll try some different seat adjustments because maybe I'll find one. Maybe I'll find one that doesn't hurt my knee, and I'll be up a little bit higher.
Could be. I mean, you think about it when you adjust your seat. That's it. You just leave it that way for the rest of the time you have your car. Mm-hmm. Unless somebody moves it,
yeah,
and you have to find that spot
I've got the two settings. So my setting is one. They don't have to touch one. So I'll move mine to one. Then if anybody else drives it, they can do whatever they want.
You can just have two. You can move it around, however.
Right, do whatever.
Oh my God, that's funny. I did find, I was talking about watching TV, how little I have been watching TV. I actually found not a TV show. Well, it was a series. I can't think how I found it. It doesn't matter. It's called Home Edit. Have you watched it?
Never heard of it.
It's kind of like what's her name? Marie
Condit?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Organization.
Yeah.
Spark Joy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but for your house, different rooms of your house. And it's they're kind of famous. These people are apparently. They're from, I don't know where they're from, but they fly all over the place to do these organizations. And every episode they have a famous person and they have a regular Joe who they go rearrange their house or closet or pantry or whatever. One of the first ones was Reese Witherspoon. She had a new house in Nashville and she wanted them to reorganize one particular closet, which was going to be the closet where she was going to have her paraphernalia from all her movies, which had been in storage for years.
That's crazy.
And that's like all the stuff back to, I can't say the name of the movie, where she was Legally Blonde. The Legally Blonde stuff, she hadn't seen this stuff since the movie came out, and it was all in storage. And so they made a closet to display her Legally Blonde stuff, her Big Little Lies stuff, and I can't remember one other one. And
that's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool. And then they would go to regular Joe's house. Like they had the family that had the same problem that everybody does. I have zero counter space in my kitchen. It's like, well, you do, but you just have a lot of crap
it's all covered up. Yeah.
And redid this family's kitchen. It was amazing. The organization, and they partner with the Container Store.
Oh, okay. I love the Container Store, by the way.
Oh, my God. Yes.
Yeah.
And I saw so many containers I want now.
I know.
But the show...
Just to put stuff in. I just want to put stuff in
I
there.
just little things to put that. I love it. And they use the clear boxes, which I always stayed away from because I didn't want to see the mess of crap that's in my clear box.
Because you didn't organize before you put it in the box. You just shoved crap in there.
So I'd always get the dark or whatever material or stuff like that. And they said the reason why you shouldn't use those is because if you can't see it, you don't use it.
Yeah, it's true.
You put it away, out of sight, out of mind. And they went to, what's her name? Zoe.
Deschanel?
No.
Zoe, my brother's dog?
No.
I don't know any other Zoe.
Zoe. Can't say she's like a designer. I don't know.
She's
famous for being famous. I can't remember.
Okay.
I don't really pay attention to those, but I know who she was.
I'll Google it.
But anyway, they went to her house and her closet was the size of somebody's house. And that's where they came across the solution of putting everything into the clear boxes because they had stuff that they had put away for her and they could tell she hadn't touched any of it.
Rachel Zoe?
Yes,
okay.
that's the Zoe.
Okay.
Zoe,
whatever. Middle name, last name,
Still
hyphenated.
found it.
I typed in Zoe designer and it brought up Rachel Zoe. So whatever.
I was on the right track. But anyway, I thought that was kind of brilliant.
The same theories behind. I love a look of going in the kitchen. You can see the plates through the glass in the cabinet, but always defaulted not to because it's got a lot of crap. But if you're organized and you look and you keep your crap together,
nice.
It would look super nice, very nice.
But it's not very.
I love having stuff organized for me. I wish I could do it. I just don't have that ability to look and see, okay, this is a grouping, that's a grouping, that goes here, that goes there. I just end up moving around.
Stuff. I know. I do too.
Just shoveling around.
It's like once every, I don't know, a season, you have to like clear out one of the closets. You're like, oh, I forgot I had this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Christmas. Yeah. I do that on occasion. Just go through and like, you know what? I think I better clean out these cupboards up high.
Yeah.
Because I never open the ones up high.
And I love the clear container thing, not just because out of sight, out of mind, but then if you are looking for something, you don't have to bring everything down and go through it. You can see.
You can see the stuff that's in there.
Yeah.
And it might even trigger a memory like, it's in that one. That's right.
Yes.
So kind of a good idea.
And it feels so good to get rid of crap.
Oh my God.
It's just so, even stuff that you think you might kind of need, if you haven't used it, I know they say, what, a year? If you haven't touched it in a year?
And it makes sense. But it's hard to let that stuff go. And when I look at my clothes, I'm like, God, I'm out of hangers. I look at my clothes, I'm like, I'm not out of hangers.
Look at a million hangers.
I need to get rid of clothes. I need to get rid of this crap I have hung up.
Do you keep, when the option is there at a store to keep the hanger, do you keep it? Mm-mm. Oh, you don't? Specific ones. Target you can't, but I love Kohl's and Marshall's, and you can ask to keep their hangers, and they'll give them to you.
I like, and I don't have. That's another thing she said that makes things look much better is if all your hangers are alike. So like I like the ones that are like the velvet ones so things don't slide off of them. But they have the new ones that have like a handle so you don't have to stretch the neck out to get them on. You don't have to go up through the bottom. They're real. I've looked at hangers. But there are different designers.
It like squeezes it in so you just put the shirt on and what?
It's got an opening. I'll show it to you. Because, but it's kind of cool if you hang up your t-shirts.
Yes,
or things like that. And I hang up everything I can. Just so I can see it.
Yeah.
Because if it's in a drawer.
Well, yeah, for sure. Because if you fold up pants and you put them on the top. Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't even know felt hangers existed until I met Beth. I honestly had never.
They have the felt ones, and they have the ones with the little like rubber. It's just kind of sticky, so things don't fall off.
Yeah, the felt ones are genius. Except they stretch out the neck on my shirt, and I hate a stretched out neck.
Then you probably need these other hangers. I'll have to get you the link.
Okay,
we'll put the link in the show notes.
Send me the link for this.
We'll put it on our Amazon page.
Handle hangers.
I haven't been to our Amazon storefront for a bit. I'll put it on there.
Put it on the Amazon page. There
right? Why not? I saw them and I thought, those are brilliant, but I don't need hangers. I need to get rid of crap.
Yeah.
They also went to Khloe Kardashian's house.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. And organized her garage, which is like a workout area, art studio, and a parking lot for her daughter's little motorized cars. Her daughter's
She has
2.
multiple ones?
She has 9.
9 little
plus
battery
motorcade cars. Like they would be like her squad.
So she has like her little friends driving her squad. That's how adorable is that?
So they made a little mini parking lot with parking cones and put pink tape for the parking lines, and they lined up the cars.
That's cool.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious. I love the motorcade. Oh my God.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Did they talk about the Kardashians not coming back for another season? Yeah,
there's
a
lot of talk about that right now. Did you see what Kanye posted? He posted a video when he's talking and it's showing pictures. It's really interesting because it's a lot of mugshots of a lot of really famous singers for the most part who, when they were younger, and he talks about selling his soul to the devil to be famous. That he had to sell his soul in order to get what, because they will decide who gets to be famous. We've talked about this before. Yeah. They will decide who gets to be famous. Katy Perry didn't just come along and all of a sudden go from choir girl to Super Bowl.
Right.
There's people behind the scenes who decided Katy Perry will be at the Super Bowl, and we will make that happen. And then we will make her. We will make her. And so they had everything from Mick Jagger, Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Crosby, I think, was who was the picture. Real young. But they was mugshots. So they were at their low. And he's implying some real dastardly deeds.
I'm sure.
In the background to catapult.
Like, I don't think that would surprise anyone if the details came out of what it takes to get, because like you said, somebody doesn't go from playing bars on their own to being a megastar. You need help from record companies and agents. You need dirty people. You need people to step on
Johnny
people
Cash
to get you
was
up
another
higher.
picture. Johnny Cash.
Really?
He'd been in and out of prison. Folsom Prison Blues, right? That song. He was going down the wrong path.
Yeah. You find people that are talented, down and out. You come in, you bring a little light to their life and say, "Hey, I can get you this." They'll turn over everything to you.
You know you can make money off of them.
Yep.
Right?
And because they're not doing it for charity, they're doing it for money. They see something in you, and they see. Of course, I can't even imagine just from the stories that you and I know about just being in dumb radio for 30 years about what record companies would pay radio stations and people on the air to play a specific song, thousands and thousands of dollars per spin. It was crazy.
And it wasn't because it was an in-house competition between agents.
No.
There was a lot of money on the line. So them forking out thousands of dollars to get some extra spins on a song, which happened a lot in the 70s and 80s in particular. And that's when the Paola Plugola thing really hit. But they would give the on-air people trips, cars,
cocaine,
coke, thanks.
all the time,
all that stuff was going on. And I'm going to say we got into radio right in the tail end of that because all that stuff, all the legal stuff had been the legal wrangling because Paola Plugola existed when we got in.
Oh, it didn't stop some of the people that I worked with.
We had some that got fired right when we were here.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And I remember when I was just getting in, I remember TVs being delivered to not the radio station, to people on there. I didn't get one. I didn't get a TV because I was a little guy. But I remember TVs. I remember trips. I remember people going on places.
Honeymoon and a wedding that was paid for. I remember apartments that were paid for.
Yep. So the worst thing that ever happened to the record or to the record company entertainment industry was the internet, YouTube, and being able to do it yourself with your own ability, with your own talents on YouTube and basically being a self-publisher. It's the worst thing that ever happened.
It's true. Because the people think of the MySpace people. What is Colby Calais? She was one of them, but she was also connected. So she had some ins. She wasn't going to have to deal with the devil like most people were, but she kind of built her own following. and because of being online.
Yeah. Well, and even some of
When
these
she
people
started.
that you see
But
on
some of the
American
other
Idol
ones-
and on America's Got Talent and some of these other shows, they've had record deals before. And it's not like they're coming out of that somebody just heard them singing through a door and like, oh my God, you got to try out. It's all a thing, a narrative.
Yep. And you've heard Kelly Clarkson talk about it.
Yeah.
She's one of them that she's fought it, and she's paid a price, but she fought it because she wasn't going to go down that road. She probably would be an absolute megastar if she had just towed the line.
But what's funny is that because you're right, but you still think everybody knows Kelly Clarkson. She'll have enough money for her and her kids to live forever. Her kids So it's like, at what point you don't need to sell it your soul for security and to have the career that she's got a TV show.
But it was the
Grammys.
Competition that gave her that.
True.
The exposure.
Gave her the exposure, but like you said, she bucked the system and separated from them, and then
but nobody else.
on.
Who else? Carrie Underwood is the only other one I can think of that's like elevated to such a huge level.
Adam Lambert is pretty big. I mean, with singing for Queen now,
and he does a lot of acting too.
Yeah. So there's a handful, but there's enough of them that go on and that they're happy with their level of celebrity and being able to go on tour. They don't have to be mega stars. They're just cool they're satisfied with what they got.
And I think Kanye is trying to expose what's the underbelly in Hollywood.
He's not. It'll never happen. I hope it does.
This has got some traction. It just came out. I think it just came out yesterday. This video. So if you get a chance to, it was on Twitter at least. He had tweeted it out. This video, and a lot of people were commenting about it because it was like, whoa, what is he saying? And at the very end, you realize every word that he had been saying, talking about selling his soul, talking about all the awful things, he stole those words from songs written by, and then there's this flash of so many names goes by, all these entertainers that you recognize.
Yeah, that's
where the words that he just said came from those very people. And so now somebody's tried to tie this conspiracy theory.
Oh God, here we go. I was trying to keep you away. To get a rodeo clown away from the conspiracy boat over here.
There's the bull. The rodeo clown wants to go see the bull.
Yeah, he does.
So the thought is that Kanye is either about to or has, or he's poking the bear. And anyway, the Kardashians are out.
Yeah, they're done.
Some are saying that they may be moving.
Okay.
Possibly another country. That's some of the stuff that's going around.
Lord.
I know.
But if somebody that has 15 houses moving to another country, like it's not a big deal. Like they already have 15 houses all over the world. So it's like, we're moving. Okay. Again, right.
I know, we're not moving. We're actually just going on vacation.
Right. To our house.
But it was kind of an interesting coincidence. And they say there are no coincidences that he puts that out the same time their show ends.
Well, I think what did he tweet a couple months ago about him, divorcing his wife and been trying to do all this stuff. I think
that all plays into it.
Well, people talked about him being off his meds and this and that, and I completely understand that. But I think there's a little bit of truth behind his rantings.
I think there's more going on than and this latest little display. It's just interesting to me that he's able to continue putting stuff out like that when he's got Momager over there. Momager, yeah. Kardashian, whatever, over there doing her thing. I'm surprised she doesn't control everybody's
I'm sure
social media.
She does, I'm sure. But like Kanye had his stuff before he came in the family, so I bet I'm sure it's not like a pleasant, happy little dinner time around there all the time.
I wonder.
I'm just sad about the show going away. I don't care about this other crap. I just care what's sad about the show is done.
Maybe they'll come up with another one. Maybe one of the girls will carry on.
I'd be good with that.
I could see maybe Chloe.
She's got
a couple other outlets that she has shows. Doesn't she still do the?
It's like a 15-minute wine one or whatever. She would.
What's the one she does where she helps people get fit and turn their life around?
Yeah, I haven't seen that one in a while.
I haven't either. I kind of liked it.
Yeah,
I kind of liked it.
It's not in my search history lately. The whole getting fit thing.
That's weird.
It's kind of weird, right? It's kind of odd.
And we're right back where we started with Pat riding low in his car.
I'm going out right now to adjust my seat settings. I'm going to see what I can do. I don't want people to think I'm a gangster driving through the neighborhood in my Cherokee.
Gangster's not what I thought.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Parkville Media Production.